Live, local, breaking news. This is WYFF News 4 at 6 in high definition.
Information about a gang-themed party involving Clemson students. We're on campus talking to students and university officials.
Brevard College students are heeding warnings to be vigilant after two separate attacks on female students. Two attempted attacks on female students have Brevard College administrators warning others about having a false sense of security on campus.
WYFF News 4's Myra Ruiz with our report tonight.
Students at Brevard College tell us that they are definitely more vigilant after hearing what happened to two female students here.
Out of all the campuses that it could happen on, I never assumed that it would happen at Brevard.
Administrators didn't waste any time letting their almost 800 students know about what happened to a female student on November 7th around midnight. She was outside Jones Hall.
As she was standing outside, someone approached her from behind and grabbed her, and she basically fought him off and was able to get away from him.
Administrators say an unknown attacker struck again on November 27th as another female student jogged near the baseball field.
I believe she bent down to tie her shoe and she heard footsteps behind her, and somebody was approaching her and grabbed her, and she also fought him off and took off.
Investigators say they do not believe the attacker is tied to the college. It's an open campus where anyone can get in. Administrators warn students about having a false sense of security.
We want them to be aware that there are sometimes people who are looking for an opportunity to take advantage, and so we want to raise their awareness about the surroundings.
Well, when I walk on campus, I never walk alone, just to be safe.
The school started a Safe Walk program. Students can call on others to accompany them if they don't feel comfortable walking alone at night.
I thought it was really interesting that we're reacting to it and actually making sure it doesn't happen again.
Even though these attempted attacks involve female students, administrators met with male students as well, telling them to have their ears and eyes open for anything that looks suspicious. Myra Ruiz, WYFF News 4, Brevard.
Spartanburg police tell us they've arrested a USC upstate student accused of carrying a gun without a permit at a fraternity ritual. Officers say Converse College security alerted them to a group of Sigma Alpha Epsilon brothers trespassing at the Oakwood Cemetery for a ritual last night. Now, police say one of the members, 21-year-old Caleb Cook, was carrying a Glock on his hip without a permit. Police tonight charge him with unlawful carry, and officers say the group told them they were at the cemetery to, quoting here, bond and talk.
It is cold and damp outside, and it looks like that's going to stick around for a bit. Chief Meteorologist John Cesarich is here. John, any warm-up in sight?
It looks like way down the road, Carolyn, and I'll talk more about that a little bit later on. But look how cold it is outside right now. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s. It is. These looks like temperatures you'd see in the early morning hours, not just after 6 o'clock in the evening. So we're running about 15 degrees below the average as far as temperatures. And notice some rain developing, especially right along I-77, but especially east of I-77 with a coastal storm, which is going to bring some rain and snow showers scattered around for the mountains a little bit later on. But you can see the current temperatures, upper 30s right now in Greenville, also in Greenwood. 37 in Asheville, 36 degrees right now in Hendersonville, and it's already 32 degrees in Boone. So we'll look ahead to the rest of the week and the upcoming weekend a little bit later on. Now back to you, Carol.
Thank you, John. A man has died after a car hit him last week in Greenville County. The coroner says Anthony Logan died from blunt force trauma. He says Logan passed away yesterday. A car hit him near the intersection of Ledbetter Street and Easley Bridge Road just after 5 Friday morning. That accident does remain under investigation.
A 911 call about a gunshot victim led Greenville County deputies to a woman's body. Deputies tell us they found 20-year-old Tiffany Ford dead inside a home on Eccles Drive. This was around 2:30 yesterday morning. The autopsy today determined she did die of a gunshot wound. And if you know anything about this case, call Crime Stoppers. You don't have to give your name. They're at 23 Crime.
Henderson County deputies say a person of interest in connection with the death investigation is now in custody. Deputies responded to a house on North Harper Drive in Hendersonville yesterday morning. A 911 call reveals the daughter of 52-year-old Margaret Kelly found Kelly's body inside the home. Deputies named 28-year-old Brendan Allen as a person of interest in this case. They say investigators took him into custody in Florida just before 5 o'clock this evening. Deputies said they already had a warrant out for Allen for larceny of a motor vehicle.
Buncombe County deputies are investigating some shootings that took lives. Investigators first of all tell us they found Timothy Wayne Grant of Pisgah Forest shot dead early Saturday morning. Several agencies are helping with this investigation. And in Swannanoa, deputies tell us they have a case of murder-suicide on their hands. A man and a woman who were neighbors were found dead Saturday night. Deputies have identified them as Benia Maldonado and Jose Bonillo. The call came in around 6:30 Saturday night from Alan Campos Circle.
Investigators in Anderson County spent hours searching a vehicle after a car burst into flames. Highway Patrol says the car ran off the road and hit a culvert pipe. A sheriff's office says there were suspicious chemicals inside. Troopers say deputies arrested the driver, 37-year-old Russell Vickery, after he received treatment for his injuries. They say he faces multiple charges, including felony DUI and manufacturing meth. Emergency officials also took a passenger from the car to ANMED for injuries.
Clemson University once again in the spotlight over allegations of misconduct involving students.
The Clemson chapter of a national fraternity is suspended and many of their officers have resigned after photos from a gang-themed party from the weekend went viral.
WYFF News 4's Ashley Swan is live and local in Clemson for us tonight. Ashley, the students have agreed to stop having this kind of party altogether, right?
They sure have, Michael. School officials and students came to that decision together. This after students used cell phones to share photos from a so-called Christmas party over the weekend, pictures that many here on this campus and around the country are calling offensive.
I was really shocked.
Shocked and horrified. That's how some Clemson students say they felt when they saw these photos posted on social media sites over the weekend. Ebony Clemens showed us some of the posts on her news feed. Pictures of fellow students at a so-called off-campus Christmas party, a reference to the gang known as the Crips.
For somebody to kind of make a mockery out of something that other people, even though it's not positive, take very serious is dangerous.
The national office of the fraternity that hosted the party, Sigma Alpha Epsilon, says they've suspended all of the chapter's activities indefinitely as they investigate. Clemson officials say most of the chapter's officers have resigned and the school is also reviewing the incident.
Our students need to show a higher level of conduct and concern regarding the impact of their actions and words and deeds have on others.
School officials met with black and white student leaders, including members of the Greek community, Sunday to discuss the party. Chief Diversity Officer Leon Wiles says SAE members apologized to those who were offended.
There were also individuals in the room who expressed that they have had family members killed by members of these kind of gangs. And it involves all kinds of profound emotions on their part.
It's the latest blow to a campus still reeling from the death of sophomore student Tucker Hips, whose fatal fall off the Highway 93 bridge led to an investigation into all Clemson fraternities.
The fact that people think it's a big deal I think is important.
It's making Clemson look bad, and if they really respected and consider being here as a privilege, then they would have understood that hosting this party could really affect not only them, affect the reputation of Clemson.
And school officials tell us tonight they will be placing greater attention on all sororities and fraternities moving forward to make sure that they operate with much more adult supervision and guidance. Ashley Swan, WYFF News 4, live in Clemson.
Ashley, thank you. And as you might expect, this story is trending on social media. At the Clemson University Social Media Lab, it shows people across the country are talking about the Sigma Alpha Epsilon Christmas party and its fallout. All of it creating a negative tone on social media. But on campus, it's apparently opening up wounds over other issues, too.
And how they felt about Ferguson, how they felt about Mike Brown, and things that were not necessarily an opinion, but more of a generalized statement and more of a racial target towards African Americans, and specifically African Americans on Clemson's campus.
But students say, although it's hard to talk about, that the discussion is good. Here are pictures of Clemson President James Clemens talking to students Sunday about how they are feeling and what they want to see the university do.